Hi, Facebook friends, and happy Sunday. I hope your day is going amazing. I know mine is. I'm going to share a little bit about church this morning, and then I want to share some science about giving and purpose. And it's actually a really good article I read by Forbes magazine. So it's very well researched and kind of checked out some of the things that they were talking about, and it was just so eye-opening. So I wanted to share that with you today. Hey Missy, hey Dan. So yeah, we went to church today, took my grandchildren, had a pizza party. We have a very, very small church. It's in Colleen, Indiana. And like today we had a blowout at 16 people. But being such a small church, I have to tell you, hey Michael, being such a small church, we are like truly family, and we pull together. Our lay minister is Danny Gadberry, and he does not take one dime, and him and his wife Rhea Dawn plays the piano, and they give and give and give of their time. Even though we're a small church, we are a mighty church. And so today we kind of went over our giving, because our giving is where we're at. Even though we're a small church, we have enough to take care of all of our bills, and a third of everything goes to charity. Guys, a third of everything goes to charity because it's right. And so after the pizza party, we had our little yearly meeting, and we dole out all the year's responsibilities. Like going to get together, have spring cleaning. We got somebody's going to take care of power washing, and I mean a whole list. Everybody's like, yes, I will help with this. Yes, I will take charge of that party. So that is amazing, and it just touches my heart. Hey, Stacy, which I had talked earlier about with just like with my business, that I'm going to be giving 10% of my business to the church. My take-home pay, 10% is going to go to church, and 10% is going to go to the homeless women and children's shelter in Bloomington. So I love giving. So I did a little bit of research about giving, and it's really going to open your eyes about the effect on your health and the effect on your happiness. So the most therapeutic thing you can do is get away from yourself and give to others, whether that's money or your time, your heart, support, emotional support. That is the most therapeutic thing. And here's what I have to back that up. Well, we've got a couple studies I want to talk about. I want to tell you that, but first, the best way to find yourself is to get away from yourself into the service of others. That was actually from Gandhi, and I paraphrased. It's not exact. So Northwestern did a study last year, and I got me some notes up here because I don't want to mess this up. They did a big study, and people that have purpose in life, people that have a giving purpose in life, like outside of yourself, your purpose, sleep better. So they did a medical study. 63% less people had sleep apnea. 52% had restless leg syndrome. Hey, KB. Hey, Kevin. Got a lot of people popping on. So, first of all, for better sleep, you get away from yourself and give to others. Make your purpose the service to others, not the service to yourself. So there's actually some terms here that is really important on purpose. There's one type of happiness, which is the purpose of giving to others. And there's another is the feel-good purpose. The feel-good purpose is what makes you happy is purchases or fancy restaurants or personal vacations. So keep in mind that type of happiness. the happiness that is associated with purpose when the service of others is another. There are terms for it, but I didn't write them down because they're long words. But in the science of happiness, there are 2 types of happiness. And so this study was actually on genes. So this is amazing. So the people that had their happiness that was in service of others actually had difference in genes. They had lower levels of inflammatory gene effects, and they also had a higher antibodies and antiviral genes. Now, the people that had their happiness, the happiness connected to their purchases and to their self actually was the opposite whenever they checked. Had that study with the genes. So what does that tell us? That tells us that when we put our happiness and our purpose in life into ourselves, it's an empty hole that we cannot fill, and that constantly striving to fill that hole affects our sleep. It affects our genes because we're working overtime to try to fill that hole. But happiness in serving others is beneficial to us all. It helps us all. So that's my little story today. I hope someone got a little bit of value out of that. If you're watching live, give me a 1. And hello to my replay viewers, because I have so many that pop on later. Give me a 2 so I know that you're out there. And a few hearts if you got some little bit of value. So have a wonderful Sunday. I love you all, and be kind to yourself.